Hey there, my name's Jeremy Allens. I'm co-founder of LeadQuizzes, and I'm super excited to share with you a case study today with Bourbon and Boots. We have Dustin Rainey on from Bourbon and Boots, and so welcome, Dustin.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Awesome. So before we jump in, I just want to share some of the crazy numbers that they're getting. Bourbon and Boots has been generating, they've been at this for about 3 weeks, but they've already generated close to 35,000 leads. They're on track to do 47,000 leads in a month. So it's amazing things here, and I just want to jump in and talk a little bit about the strategy and what's working for them. So, Dustin, why don't you start? Tell us a little bit about what is Bourbon and Boots?
So, yeah, Bourbon and Boots is a national lifestyle brand. What we found is that there's a huge affinity to anything Southern, not just around the U.S. but globally. Right now, we sell things from bourbon decanters to scarves. We actually laugh. We don't really sell bourbon or boots. So you go to our website, but you go out there and you quickly get the picture that what I think where people really have an affinity towards us is that we sell things that an artisan would make, things you can't necessarily find on Amazon. So that's kind of where we found our niche.
Very cool. And so, Dustin, one of the cool things about you guys, like I said, you guys have generated over 35,000 leads in just 3 weeks so far, on track for 47,000 a month. You guys said this is kind of exploded for you. So tell me a little bit about how you guys decided to create some of your quizzes. I know you guys are running 5, 6, or 7 quizzes or something and advertising them all over the place. So why don't we jump into why did you guys decide to create some different quizzes and what was your approach to that?
Yeah. So our approach has really been, starting at the very beginning with segmentation. We decided to segment our audience. We kind of pride ourselves on being an analytics-based company. So we bucketed our audience into 5 or 6 different personas. For instance, a bourbon lover persona versus a whiskey girl or a Southern living or garden and gun type persona. So we created these, 5 or 6 different personas, and then went out to Facebook and basically targeted our audience based on the personas and the quizzes that we built around those personas. We found it to be very successful.
Awesome. I have a couple pulled up here. I think this was one of the most popular ones you had, right?
That's right.
All right. So tell us a little bit about this. I'll just go through a couple questions, but you did something a little different than what we normally do. I think you went for more of a fun, kind of more viral style quiz. So tell us why you did that and how that's been working for you.
Well, we found that, content like this is, rather than just being, very product oriented, has been a lot more engaging. Our customers, our audience, and definitely in prospecting has, on social media, this is actually one of the first things that we've seen really go viral in essence. So, when that happens, you're not really having to spend to acquire new customers. So, that's absolutely the best thing that could ever happen. So, we actually sell a lot of products with Southern sayings in them. So, for instance, we have a necklace, that is scripted jewelry that says "Whiskey Girl," right? So, in a way, without being direct product selling in this thing, we're able to kind of have it make sense with the products that we carry without being too, salesy. That makes sense. So, and it's really worked out.
Awesome. So that was one of your quizzes, Southern saying. You did another one around Thelma or Louise.
That's right. So again, we have a Thelma and Louise collection. We sell Thelma and Louise necklaces, like these whiskey glasses with Thelma and Louise engraved on it. And you'd be surprised at, how many people love and kind of identify with that movie. Either case. And Thelma and Louise necklace has actually been one of our top selling items. So it just made sense for us to go out there and we already know that anything that we post Thelma and Louise is just gets huge engagement. So we saw the same thing here.
That's cool. So you really went after like doing more engaging quizzes, not necessarily around like a little bit around your products, but more like the fun style quizzes that your audience is going to want to take.
That's right. They definitely would rather, and it's really how you use social media. People will go out to social media to engage with their friends and, actually kind of leave work and, leave a serious setting. So, it just works to create things that are a little bit more engaging, that are fun, laid back. And, I feel like the whole sponsored thing with product kind of scares people away sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. So you have some more quizzes here, but Dustin, you've been telling me we've done a lot of Facebook promoted stuff and like through websites, but you guys have actually branched out and been testing things like Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, and you guys have been driving a lot of traffic, so much that we actually had to upgrade our servers when you guys started doing this. But let's talk about Pinterest. So I have this pulled up. I think you guys have a quiz board on here. So tell us what you're doing with Pinterest.
Basically, the same thing we're doing with Facebook and Twitter. Obviously the different sources or mediums within the social media realm can be used a little bit differently. On Pinterest, the one that's really popped for us is the Father's Day quiz. That one, what we've seen is we've been able to get 3 cents a click, which beats anything we've ever done by far. So if you find something that's really engaging, I think it's on Pinterest. It's more about standing out and having something that is super emotive. So if you look at the image on the Father's Day quiz, it's a little girl looking at her dad. That's gonna play on some emotional. It's gonna have an emotional tug, right, with our audience. So sure enough, it really popped for us.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys have gone on, like I said, generated over 35,000 leads. I think you said your cost per lead is around 40 to 50 cents a lead right now.
That's right.
Yeah, and just like you talked about, like one of your quizzes going viral. So just to share just some stats, like not all your quizzes you forced to opt in. Some of them you allowed to skip, right, Dustin?
Yes.
Yeah, and so like the top quiz you guys had, it generated over 23,000 leads, but you had 26,000 shares. So that was the one that really like popped for you guys, huh?
That's correct. We will absolutely be striving to match or beat that. We already have our creative team, drumming up some more ideas on what to do next to get that kind of viral, boost.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So, I mean, you guys have generated a ton of leads, going on to almost hitting like 50,000 leads in a month. That's what your run rate is. So, you guys are going after more of these fun style quizzes, but how is that affecting like your sales so far?
Well, what we've seen in email since we launched our LeadQuizzes is our revenue's actually doubled day over day. So we're definitely seeing a boost in our revenue that for sure can be directly attributed to the incredible performance we've seen on LeadQuizzes. That's
huge. So with the emails, are you just rolling out like promotions, or what kind of follow-up do you have after they take the quiz?
We do have a thank you email that goes out that's specifically catered to each quiz. So, if you answer, you go through the Thelma and Louise quiz, we're going to send you a thank you specifically for answering that quiz. I think it kind of reduces the creepy factor, just going straight to some random promotion.
Yeah, it gives them some continuity.
Right, totally. But, we do take the opportunity to show them products that are related. Again, going back to the segments that we built out, the personas. So we'll, on the Thelma and Louise quiz, we'll show them our Thelma and Louise collection. And then from that point on, we get them into our, welcome series and in our typical day-to-day promotions.
Okay. Awesome, Dustin. Well, I really appreciate you sharing with us like the strategies, the things you guys have been testing. I know like the stuff in the pipeline, you guys are just going to get better and better at this. So I really appreciate you sharing with our audience.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to help.